Hi guys, I am Mr. Bow, and this is the intro cinematic for the map Origins, the brand new Call of Duty map, and I'm going to break it down for you, showing you some things you may have missed and explaining some of the things that you see in this trailer. The first thing that we know is that the map is in northern France. We kind of already knew that, but we have a specific date, 1918. We don't have an actual date on where it is in the year, but it's winter from the looks of it, so we can assume it's around probably November, December. But let's move on and take a look at some of the more important things in this trailer that we're going to see.
It began long ago, on the battlefields of the Great War.
So we got to see a blimp there and the church. We know the church is a playable area, and I think the blimp is going to have something to do with perhaps the Easter egg. But we see here that the signs say, I think it says Pump Station 3 and No Man's Land. Obviously, we know that No Man's Land is that sort of open, flat area. Perhaps we're going to be able to go up there and play in that area. Pump Station 3, if that is correct. Perhaps that's an area where you've got to do some sort of machinery, perhaps. If it is Pump Station 3, it says 3, so perhaps there's more than one. But we'll get to see something really interesting in just a moment.
Two German scientists.
And this is it. So we get to see Ludwig Maxis for the first time. Kind of looks a bit older than what I'd expect, but we also get to see the younger Richtofen. We see on the map that we're located sort of by Verdun, by Bar-le-Duc. I'm not really sure on the names, but I thought this was pretty cool that we get to see Maxis. He has the 935 logo just behind him, and we're going to get to see Richtofen a little bit later on in this trailer. And I think there's something a little bit unusual to do with him in this map, but we'll get to that in just a moment.
Sought to harness dark and mysterious forces buried for centuries. They believed.
So this is a machine of some sort. Perhaps this is the pump station. If you'll notice in the background there is a weapon on the wall, and maybe this is something to do with the Easter egg. In the background they talk about the two doctors trying to unearth some sort of secret here, and we'll get to see what that secret is in just a minute. But this is a playable area, or I assume it is, because there is a weapon there. I thought there was something over to the right, but I can't really make out what that is. I think it's just a post. But perhaps we have to pump some sort of energy out of the ground, maybe to do with the Easter egg, and we'll see some more stuff to do with the Easter egg in just a minute.
Their discoveries would assure.
Now this is a blue meteorite. Now I feel this is in Shinonuma because the whole trees and everything and the swamp. Perhaps it is in Shinonuma, or perhaps this is somewhere in the map that we're going to see. Now this is unusual because it's glowing purpley blue, and from what we know, when Richtofen's in control, it's purpley blue. But as we'll see in a minute, he isn't in control. So I wonder how this will play into it. If this is in Shinonuma, we'll get to see what exactly they've done with this, and whether this is set before or after Shinonuma. It's kind of strange if this is indeed Shinonuma.
Germany's ultimate victory.
So here we can see what they've been making with the blue meteorite. It's some sort of what I'd call an arc, perhaps. There are these three pillars going into sort of a circle in the middle, perhaps like Die Glock, the bell. Perhaps this is some sort of portal underground where we'll see them mining in a minute, and we can see a load of Nazi soldiers as well, all human, no zombies yet, but we'll see that goes horribly wrong in a minute. But perhaps we'll get to interact with this in the map, and maybe this will be the whole main sort of point of the Easter egg, along with the giant, which we will also take a look at in just a minute.
What they could never have imagined was just what else their research would unearth.
So as we saw there, we saw the Nazis mining for this secret, and they open up a hole and something rushes at them, and it's this. Kind of looks like a medieval zombie, but with purpley blue eyes. What I think it's not quite the colour of Richtofen's blue eyes, but maybe this is sort of some sort of perhaps Orgonian energy that's controlling these zombies, which then infects the Nazis, which then creates the whole zombies that we know today. As you'll see when the zombies come up, they will have orange eyes, but these guys all have bluey purpley eyes, so perhaps we'll get to fight both of them in different layers of the map. So as you can see here, the zombies are orange-eyed, kind of like Samantha in World at War and Black Ops 1. They've just been attacked by these bluey purpley eyed zombies, and we'll get to see perhaps who is controlling them at the end of the trailer. It's very confusing, and I'm not sure how this plays into it, whether it's what we know, but we'll get to that at the end of the trailer. This proves that maybe we are going to be fighting different layered zombies. So on the top surface in the war, it's orange-eyed, and if we go under the ground, then we get those more sort of powerful blue-eyed zombies that we just saw. So we just got to see the no man's land with the zombies all running across, and then the zombie obviously got crushed by the tank, which we know we can get on and move around the map. We get a first look at Dempsey in this trailer, and he is using the brand new, I think it's an LMG weapon that he's holding in his hand. It's the, I can't remember what it's called right now, something G in it. And he'll see that he takes out a few zombies with his knife, and all the other characters that we're going to see in a minute have their own sort of section, and I'll let you watch their sections coming up now. They all use sort of weapons, but I wouldn't expect to use them in the actual game. So this is Nikolai. Again, he is using the new brand new pistol that we're going to be starting the game with. It's the Mauser C96. Perhaps it's upgradable in some way, either pack-a-punch or some other way that we don't know yet. We'll see that he likes to take out some zombies with a axe. Again, think of this like the Call of the Dead trailer, where they had their special weapons, but then we didn't actually get to use them in the game. I feel like it's going to be like that. We won't actually be able to use an axe. Takeo uses a samurai sword. Don't expect to be using them, but it's kind of nice to see that for the trailer, to see how their sort of fighting style is. And we'll see Nikolai's more here. So this is Takeo again. He's using the samurai sword. He looks a whole lot different from what he did in Black Ops 1. I really like the new look, and he is more of a badass in this than he was obviously in the previous games. No need So here we see our three characters finally meeting each other. Notice that Dempsey is also using the Remington revolver that we saw in Buried, so expect a return of that. These guys have all sort of come together. They're wondering what they're doing here, and then they are going to notice a man in the background who we can see off here to the left. And I think there's something unusual and something a bit wrong with Richtofen here, and we'll get into that in just a minute when we see him. But maybe this is the spawn room perhaps, and you'll see the giant above them, so perhaps we're going to spawn right below the giant in this map. Again, this is just a trailer, so we're not sure yet. Just expect some gameplay next week sometime. And here it is Richtofen, who is operating on what looks like a body or a zombie here. Can't really tell. Is that even a monkey? But what you'll see here is this is the screenshot that was hidden in the Origins teaser of the zombie with the head chopped off and operating on him, and you can see he's got the saw in his hand cutting his brain in half. And we'll see in a minute that he looks to be a little bit confused on what's going on. Maybe he's not sure what he's actually doing, and maybe this will play into the whole sort of story on this map. So look how he pulls his hands up and he's covered in blood, and he kind of looks like he doesn't know where he is, what is going on. And maybe he doesn't know where he is, maybe Maxis has done something to him, maybe he's lost his memory perhaps. It just seems a bit strange that he's sort of like this. I mean, perhaps this is just him, but maybe this is going to play into some sort of thing in the story where he's not really in control of himself, and maybe this is the sort of start of his insanity that we used to seeing in Black Ops 1, 2 and even World at War. So expect probably a different personality from him when playing in the game. And this is just that screenshot that Treyarch showed us a few days ago in teasing this trailer. And this is where we get to see our shot of the giant in game. Notice how there's sort of clouds in the sky sort of going up to a point. Perhaps that again will play into the Easter egg. I'm sure that the giant will play into the Easter egg somehow. It's got a big orange glow. Again, we're not really sure in who's controlling the zombies here. We are when we see the end of the trailer. But I wonder if we'll see Maxis at all in this game. If we've seen a picture of him. Perhaps he'll be somewhere in the map. Maybe we can interact with him. We don't actually get to see him at all in this trailer except for that picture. So that's a bit unusual, but maybe we'll get some sort of mention from him in the game.
My name is Samantha. I'm going to tell you how all this really began.
So, my name is Samantha, and I'm going to be telling you how all of this began, more or less. So, who is this? Is this Samantha we already know? Is, from Black Ops 1 and World at War, the daughter of Maxis? Is that Samantha we're hearing? Doesn't sound like it. Perhaps this is some sort of other darkness entity called Samantha as well. It would make sense, seeing as in Black Ops 2, even when Samantha wasn't in control, Samantha Maxis that is, we still hear the zombies saying Sam. So perhaps this is some sort of different thing controlling the zombies. If it is the Sam we know, wonder why this is. Is it because the choices that we made in Buried, does that affect the end of the this map at all? Is this somehow set after the events of Doris? We're not really sure on all of this, because I'm not sure what the date of Doris was. I think it was in the 1930s, 40s. So it'd be interesting to see how Samantha is controlling the zombies, and how this is working, unless this is Samantha after, telling you how all of this began, and it's a story of how it began, and it's not actually Samantha controlling. It's very confusing, but this is me breaking down the trailer for you. If I missed out anything, please leave it down below and let me know, and I will either annotate it, or if it's important enough, I'll make a new video on it. Feel free to give this video a like. Helps out a lot. And if you're not already, subscribe. I'm going to be having 2 live streams on the 27th, 1 Easter egg hunting and 1 open lobbies. I've got a load of more zombies content coming out. I did about 30 or so videos for Buried. I'm going to try to do a load more for Origins next week, and I'll try and keep you up to date with everything Easter egg wise, and just fun stuff in the map to do, and secrets. So I've been Mr. Bow, and I will see you hopefully in my next video. Bye.